le ciel bleu vole en silence.
Okay, it's back. 10 more timeless pieces that aren't really timeless. They're dated, they're tragic, they're pulling down your entire outfit. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Netta. I'm a personal stylist and my whole focus is to help you build a wardrobe that looks modern and beautiful and stylish and makes you feel confident every single day. Every single day. I believe we all deserve that regardless of our bodies, our ages, our lifestyles. We deserve to look and feel our best every day. So I have so many resources coming up for you, including body type styling guides, color capsule wardrobe guides for fall winter, a brand new updated modern classics wardrobe guide for fall winter, like so much coming up. But if you have not yet signed up for my masterclass series, it's roughly every other week this summer. Check the description box and the pinned comment and join us. We're talking about outfits all summer long and it has been fabulous. Okay. So first I want to address the controversy, the pushback that I got after my last video on the 10 timeless pieces that really aren't. I want to share a little bit about my philosophy with you so that you can see if I'm your person or if I'm not your person. And if I'm not your person, that's fine. You can go ahead and find someone else who maybe resonates with you a little bit more. But this is my philosophy. So I'm Egyptian, so I'm going to use a pyramid as my guide here, as our visual aid. And I believe we all deserve to have all 3 points on the pyramid in every outfit. The first point is something that we love. It's love, it's personal style, it's wearing what you love, it's like seeing something and being like, oh, I love that, I love that, I love that, I really, really want to wear that. So that's point number 1. Point number 2 is that it has to love you back. I'm not into toxic relationships here. Your clothes need to love you back. So that means flattery, that means fit, and that means color. The components, the essential foundations of style that make something work for us have to be in place if we're really going to love the way that we look in our outfits. The third thing is modern. Is it modern? Is it relevant still? Is it something that is happening in style or is it out of style? Now, modern is in 2025 terms is something within a 5-year range. It doesn't mean that you bought it in fall 2025. It does mean that you didn't buy it in fall 2010. So there is a range where things are going to still appear modern and they're going to still appear relevant. And so that's why I created my Modern Classics Wardrobe Guide. Those are pieces that are as timeless as we can get in 2025. Pieces that are gonna last 5 to 10 years. And knowing that these are gonna be the pieces that are gonna have the longevity in your wardrobe, you can invest accordingly. So unfortunately, there are no lifetime pieces anymore. And if someone is telling you that, they are not being truthful. It's just not a thing anymore. Truly, there are, I can think of maybe 2-3 things in the world that are truly timeless. Now, that doesn't mean that if I put something on this out of style list and you absolutely love it, that you need to give it up forever. Many of these things are going to come back in, and then also many of these things can be restyled later in a way with your modern clothes in a way that's going to update them. So I'm going to do a video, a follow-up video to this, where I'm going to show how a few of these pieces, not all of them can be worn in 2025 and still look modern, but some pieces it does come down to styling and how you put them together. And so I'm going to show you how you can update potentially dated pieces in your wardrobe through styling and through the way that you combine them in outfits. So that's my philosophy, which is why I don't think it's at all helpful with love for those of you who comment, wear what you want, just wear what you feel good in. If that were the advice that was as helpful as you think it is, if that advice was really as much of a game changer as you think it is, then every woman in the world would be happy with her style. Because we would all be like, do I love it? Let me put it on. Do I love it? Let me put it on. That is not enough. That is not enough. That is only one of the 3 points of the pyramid. Wear what you love, if it loves you back, and if it's modern. That's my philosophy. That is the hill that I'm gonna die on. I will never go back on that. I will never, ever, ever say, you will never hear me say, it's dated, it's okay to go ahead and wear it. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And there are going to be people out there who are going to tell you, yeah, it's fine if you wear that if it's out of style. I don't agree with that. I want to look fresh. I want to look modern. I want to look relevant. And if that's something that you want as well, stick around because that's what I talk about on this channel. So that said, rant over. I'm going to get into 10-ish timeless pieces that we thought are timeless that are not timeless at all. Many of these pieces have been out of style for a hot minute, and I can't wait to unpack them with you. First, the infinity scarf. The infinity scarf, especially a chunky infinity scarf, but honestly, really any infinity scarf. Like most of these, this was like the uniform back in 2010, 2015. We all wore infinity scarves with long fitted t-shirts, skinny jeans in a color, taupe suede booties with stacked heels, right? Like that was the whole aesthetic. It is not the aesthetic anymore, and it has not been the aesthetic in a long time. Now, scarves are having a major moment fall winter 2024, but they are not infinity scarves. They're silk scarves, and I'm going to do a video on ways that scarves are, ways to style scarves for fall winter 2024, and there's so many great ways to wear them. Infinity scarves are not back. They're not back. They were very much a trend piece that very much pins you in that era. If you're wearing an infinity scarf in 2025, everyone's gonna know you bought it in 2010, or that you have, not updated your style in a long time. They just look very, very dated. And unfortunately, these are one of those pieces that there just is not a way to update this season. There just isn't. So if you've got an infinity scarf that just makes, you just love it, it's an old favorite, it's sentimental, maybe it's fabulous quality or great colors or whatever, archive it. It might be back. It probably will be back. And when it does come back, you can pull it out then and wear it again. Okay, but right now, it's not in style. The next thing that is not in style is the Empire waist jersey maxi dress. There's a brand at Nordstrom that will go nameless, but I'm going to pop it up here, that has been making the same very, very, very thin jersey material maxi dress with an Empire waist style for the last 20 years. This dress is very affordable, which is the only plus that I can see. It is very, very unforgiving. Like you eat a grape and everyone's gonna know you had a grape. Like everything shows through because the fabric is so thin and so flimsy. It's also out of style. We're just not seeing jersey dresses with maxi dresses that are jersey material with an Empire style like this anywhere in fashion. And we haven't in a few years. Like this has just not been a look for a really long time. If you want to know what modern jersey dresses look like, look at Dion von Furstenberg, look at Boden. They do jersey dress as well. This is not a good example of a jersey dress. Now, if this jersey dress of yours that you have that is a Empire waist jersey maxi dress also has embellishments on it, or maybe some leather details, even more dated. I used to have one that it was like a halter style, and it had leather straps and then like turquoise beads here. 100% out of style. I wore that when I was pregnant with Eva. It was like 2007. So those dresses have been out of style for a long time. Unfortunately, brands continue to make some of these pieces. Why? Because we continue to buy them. That's why I'm here telling you, stop buying those things. It's so annoying that just because it's in stores doesn't mean it's in style. Okay, next, moving on. The Waterfall Cardigan. The Waterfall Cardigan, this is a cardigan usually of a flimsy drapey material that has an uneven hem. This has not been in style for a long time. These uneven hem length cardigans, I used to have one in like a pink linen-y knit material. They're usually very drapey, but instead they look droopy. They don't add any structure, any interest, or any style to your outfits. The only thing, and the reason that a lot of women love these drapey waterfall cardigans is they are good at kind of camouflaging a tummy, but honestly, so is any jacket that hits at the right spot. Instead, you really want to update your cardigans. You want a cardigan with a straight hem, or you want a knit jacket, or you want a structured jacket of some kind. Those are really going to elevate your outfits and add style to your outfits. These waterfall cardigans are not going to do that. They're not only not going to add style, they're not going to be flattering, because most of the clothes that are in style right now do not work with, like the proportions of these waterfall cardigans don't work with modern clothes. So you put them on and you just look shapeless and baggy and bigger and heavier than you are. And nobody needs that kind of aggravation in their lives, right? I'm here to tell you these are not your friend. Definitely shelve these. And they are still everywhere for the over 50 market. But under 50 market, you're not going to see them aimed at, like, you're not seeing 20-year-olds wear these. Now, several years ago, everybody was wearing them. Now, they're just not a modern look. So if you have a favorite in this category, archive it. Maybe it'll come back, and at that point, we can all talk about how to style them. Okay, next, the short sleeve button-down blouse with a Peter Pan collar. Okay, so Peter Pan collars, I don't know what it is about brands and their need to, what is that word? I'm going to say it wrong. Infantilize? Make adult women look like children. Make them look like infants. Why are some of the things that are cutesy for toddlers also considered appropriate or cutesy for women over 50? I find this so insulting, really insulting. Peter Pan collars are something that you see on onesies for 2-year-olds. You should not see them on a blouse for a 55-year-old woman or 65-year-old woman or whatever. Often, these tops have puff sleeves and the Peter Pan collar and a small floral print. It's like a triple threat, but like the bad kind. Triple, 3 strikes and you're out, whatever. Like, it's just awful. It's just awful. So we've seen a lot of, because of the quiet luxury and the classic, trends that have been happening, we've seen a lot of short sleeve blouses and short sleeve button down tops come back into style. But the Peter Pan collar is what takes this from being maybe a little bit hard to style but still workable to something that is 100% going to make you look matronly and dated and frumpy. These are just not cute. Now, there are brands, and I love, like CC, they make some cute tops, but they also make some really cutesy tops. And what we really need to be careful of is going from cute to cutesy, and that really like youthful look that is just increasingly harder to pull off as we get older. It really ends up looking matronly. Honestly, if I was a costume designer on a set for a movie and I wanted to age somebody, I would put them in a Peter Pan collar shirt with a floral pattern. Okay, I've said what I said. Next thing I'm going to talk about the fabric purse. The fabric purse. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Vera Bradley-esque fabric purses. These are quilted bags in statement patterns and florals and paisleys and all sorts of outrageous, colorful, hard to style patterns. Give these to your middle school aged grandkid or daughter or niece or whoever. Middle schoolers love these. And they can rock them in a way that it doesn't look frumpy because they're 12. But these are 100% they look like we picked them up at a craft fair. They are just, first of all, they're very hard to style. Second of all, they do not add any element of style or interest to an outfit. And third of all, they're just dated, and truly they are really, really frumpy. I don't know how else to say. Just if you have one of these and you really truly love them, archive them. Maybe someday they'll be back in style, but I don't think so. And you know why? Because they were never in style to begin with. They were never in style to begin with. They always just represented their own specific bubble of an aesthetic that always looked a little bit mature and a little bit out of touch style-wise. Now, if you love this type of bag, consider it in a solid neutral. Many of these brands are making solid neutral pieces right now, and I think that these look a lot more like, I know Vera Bradley has like black quilted bags and duffels and all sorts of things. Like, go for that if that's your aesthetic. Skip the patterns. Okay, next, okay, this is along the same lines as the too tight denim jacket, which I got a lot. I heard a lot about the too tight denim jacket. So this is probably going to offend the same people. It's the too tight button down shirt. This shirt is just not your friend. It is a button down shirt that it has the seams on the front, right? Like the seaming on the front, I don't know what that's called, darts. I'm not a sewer, but it's got that detail on the front and it's like fitted all the way through. Often there's a little gap at the bust because it's so fitted, but it fits all the way through the bust and hips and waist. Many of these had knit side panels. I used to have some from James Purse that had these ribbed knit side panels on the side that made it even more fitted. Now, these were actually flattering, but they are 100% not in style and have not been in style for a really long time. Now, you will occasionally see a fabulous one with like an amazing collar and really cool cuffs and stuff like that from a brand like Anne Fontaine that are really high end, but like the J. Crew, Old Navy, Gap, Brooks Brothers, classic shrunken looking button down shirts from 2010 are 100% not in style and have not been for a really long time. So what we're seeing instead are a classic menswear inspired button down shirt in either a tailored, so moderate, medium, or slightly oversized fit. Definitely not a fitted button down shirt. They're just out of style. They're just out of style. The darts, all of that is just something we haven't seen in a long time. Okay, moving right along. The trench, that's the wrong length. I have one of these, and I've archived it. So trenches are either cropped and short like jackets, and those are absolutely back for fall winter, and I'm really glad because I have a couple of them and I love them and found them so much fun to style. So they're like jacket length, or they're like mid-calf length, full length. There is no such thing in your world or mine as a knee length or slightly higher trench coat. It's just not a thing. You may think it's a thing, but it's not really a thing. And I actually have one of these. So this is the reason I haven't worn my beige trench in a while. I love my beige trench. It's from Anthropology. And it's got like a ruffle trim and whatever. It does not look modern right now. So I have archived it, and I will take it out later when it does look more modern. But right now, and if you're looking at an investment trench, and I will tell you, if you're gonna invest in anything in the world, and you wanna spend money on anything in the world, a trench is going to be one of those truly timeless pieces. Because if you get a classic fit trench like the Burberry Kensington trench, you're gonna have it literally forever. And I say that about almost nothing, right? But that trench is a little slouchier and a little longer. And that's what makes it timeless. It's that classic trench silhouette. If you deviate from the classic trench silhouette and you go knee length, you go more fitted, you're not gonna have that classic trench silhouette anymore, and it will date. And so if you're looking at whatever your price point is, it doesn't have to be Burberry, but you're looking at a trench and it's an investment for you, as coats are for most of us, then look at one that has that same signature fit of a classic Burberry trench. That's the fit that you're looking for. That's the length that you're looking for. Anything different from that is going to date more quickly. And so I love the crop trenches that are in style right now. Those are a trend. They're not going to be in style forever. But what definitely is not in style now, and hasn't been in a minute, is like a slightly shrunken fitted knee length trench. Just not really happening, not having a moment. Yes, I do have a cold, and yes, I did just wash my hair. So that's why I sound like a man. Okay, let's move on. The next thing I want to talk about is colored skinny jeans. Colored skinny. I feel like it was the law for everybody to have colored skinny jeans for a minute, especially in pastel colors or maybe in maroon or wine. They are absolutely out of style and have been out of style for a long time. Now, I used to wear mine. I think everybody in 2010 or 2012 had a pair of mint green skinny jeans. I used to wear them with a white fitted tunic style tee and then like a mint green beaded necklace. And like silver flats. I just remember that looked so well. Everybody had them. I love colored bottoms because I feel like they give you so much variety and versatility in your wardrobe, but not a colored skinny jean. That has not been in style for a long time. So if you have colored skinny jeans, it is time to archive those. Who knows whether they'll come back? They have not come back in a long time, but they may be back again. They were always low rise. They were always extra skinny, extra scrunchy at the ankles, like all of that. Definitely not happening. What we are seeing a little bit of is some jewel toned velvet straight leg pants or jeans for fall. And then of course we're seeing colored trouser pants. So red or wine or any jewel tones. We're seeing those come up for fall. And they'll give you the same versatility and variety as a pair of skinny jeans without the colored skinny jean look. Just, they had their moment. That moment was 2012. It's time to let them go. Next, peep toe wedges and cork or patent. I'm actually going to get rid of the word peep toe because I'm talking about wedges and cork or patent. If you've had these more than 5 years, now wedges are slowly starting to come back. They look very different. They're very sculptural. They're very sleek. They're very minimal. They're just very different looking than the ones in the past. I had a pair for the longest time of Cole Haan black patent leather wedges with a cork sole. Those are not in style. They were peep toe, of course. Those are not in style. They've not been in style for a long time. So the cork wedges are really for like beachside to wear with your cover up only. They're really, cork wedges are very iffy at best. They're just not our friend. Most of the time they're just gonna look very, they look a little cheap often, and they definitely look a little frumpy. So I would skip the cork wedges particularly. And again, if you've got a pair of wedges from more than 5 years ago that are not uber classic, and if you're on the fence about them, pop into one of my Facebook groups and tag me and let me take a look. If you have one that's more than 5 to 7 years old, chances are it's a dated wedge and should be archived. Okay, next, the basic fleece zip-up jacket. This is for workout wear only. In the same way that I said in the other video, like the cozy cardigan should just be for coziness only, this basic fleece zip-up should not be your uniform. Like this should be for when you're hiking or when you're working out. When you want to style an outfit, the basic fleece zip-up, often a little bit too snug to properly layer over clothes anyway, is just not going to be your best friend. Instead, try a cardigan that's like a little bit more structured and waist length. Maybe a knit jacket of some kind. Maybe just like a lightweight jacket. There's just so many better options that are going to give you a lot more styling possibilities than a fleece zip up. And I feel like there are clothes that just really deserve specific places in our wardrobes, and we need to not see them as being versatile styling pieces. And this is one of them. And this is why, unless you're just really attached to your fleece zip-up hoodie or you already have a bunch of them, if you're looking for something that's both cozy and cute, this wouldn't be what I would consider reaching for. I would say, why not buy a really cute waist-length cardigan instead that's a little bit chunkier? It's going to give you so much more versatility. These are not versatile. They're for athleisure only. Okay, I'm losing my voice here, but I'm wrapping it up. This next thing I want to talk about is the dated embellished item. So dated embellished top or jacket particularly. So statements date, details date. And if you have statement pieces from more than 5 or 10 years ago, and they, especially if those statement pieces were tied to a specific trend that was happening at the moment, these are not personality pieces, they are dated pieces. Personality pieces are pieces that transcend trends and that you buy. Like I have a 1960s Bakelite necklace that is a personality piece. When I bought it, it wasn't in style, it wasn't on trend, it was an unusual eclectic piece then, and it's still an unusual eclectic piece now. But statement pieces that were trendy 10 years ago are dated now because details date. And so embellished jackets and tops from 2010, 2015 are really definitely out of style right now. And they do this a lot in, like, if you have like a chiffon shell or a chiffon jacket with like little beads in it or little sequins in it, a little bit of sparkle in it, chances are that piece is out of style. I love sparkle. I am a girl's girl. I love sparkle. I love embellishments. And embellished jackets are actually one of the key trends for fall winter, but embellished jackets in 2025 look very different than they did in 2015. So if you have those like dressy jackets from 10 years ago, you really may want to take a second look at them. Now, the exception to this is if you have a solid, neutral, sequined shell or jacket with no other details on it. It's just like maybe you've got like a gold sequin jacket and it's just a very simple shape and it's just covered with gold sequins, or maybe you have a black sequin shell and it's just a simple shell and it's just covered in black sequins. That's fine. But the pieces with the little jingly things all over them and lots of little embellishments and lots of little adornments, those are absolutely out of style in 2025. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed a little glimpse into why I do what I do and why I am so passionate about this. And truly, if this is not the type of video that you respond to, I get that. I'm not for everybody, and that's totally fine. But I'm going to continue to share what I see based on my years of research and my years in this industry. I have been a personal stylist, a fashion editor, a fashion columnist, a style journalist for my entire career, and I'm 55 years old. So 55 minus 22, however many years that is, it's been a long time. And I spend hundreds of hours every year watching runway shows, researching trends, writing trend reports that are used by other stylists. I'm not telling you this to brag, but I'm telling you this to let you know that I did my research, and that's where these videos come from. They're not arbitrary. They come from like years of experience and lots of research. So you may not like the way that trends are going. I don't always like the way that trends are going, but trends are trends. They are objective. They are not subjective. So you can say you are wrong or you disagree with me, but it is what it is. And so my goal is to help us see what's modern and work with it and make choices that are going to let us feel beautiful and confident every single day. So rant over. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe so we can hang out some more. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.